used to live with my mother in a tiny shack at the bottom of the sea. Even though Daddy left before I was born, and I'm an only child, we barely fit in that little thing. We're both whales, you know? We deserve lots of space to roam around in, but we just couldn't afford it back then. Life was cramped and difficult, but we did have our little pleasures. For instance, every Friday night was movie night. Mom would come home from work with a new tape from the video store. Then the two of us would crowd around the TV with dinner between us. And sometimes, she would even share her funny tasting drinks with me. It feels like so long ago now. All those nights spent sitting in the claustrophobic darkness of the living room with my mother, until a knock on the door one night changed everything. Nobody ever knocked on our door. We lived too far out of town. Whoever was out there must have been desperate, lost, or maybe I thought, just maybe my father had finally come home. In any case, my mother paused the movie and got up to check. I watched eagerly as she bent down, looked through the peephole, then opened her mouth ever so slightly for just 2 little words.
A crab?
Quickly though, she turned away from the door and came back to me on the couch. I asked her why she had ignored the person outside, but she said it was just some schmuck trying to advertise for the Krusty Krab. Then she unpaused the movie and raised the volume a few notches. However, trying to watch the movie after that was pointless. The crab outside kept knocking and knocking, and all my mother would do was keep turning the volume up until the speakers were about to blow. In the back of my mind, I was thinking of the Krusty Krab. All the kids at school loved eating there, but my mom never allowed me to go near it. I remember feeling like we had been the only 2 citizens of Bikini Bottom who didn't eat at the Krusty Krab. Suddenly, I zoned back into reality. Mother turned off the TV, shutting the room into a dark silence. The knocking had stopped too. Mother seemed more terrified than ever. Then, the unsteady quiet was broken when we heard the crab from outside saying,
"I know you're still in there."
Leave me alone! I won't be your inventory!
Well, who's gonna stop me? Oh, that's right. Not your deadbeat husband.
How did you? Just get away from us!
Mommy, what's going on?
Shh, be quiet, Pearl.
Who's Pearl? Wait a minute. You popped out a pup after all. Even better. I'm gonna make a fortune.
When the crab at the door started laughing, I thought for a second that everything was going to be okay. But then he began pounding on the door again. Mother and I panicked. We went upstairs as fast as we could and locked ourselves in the bedroom. A few seconds later, Mother's face dropped. She said we needed to call the police for help, but she just realized she left the phone downstairs. I told her not to go down there and to stay and not leave me, but she looked at me one more time and said she didn't have a choice. She told me she would only be gone for a few seconds, and I believed her. Mother left the bedroom and made her way downstairs, even though she told me not to. I opened the door and peeked my head out just to hear better. I could kind of hear what was happening. As soon as Mother made it to the living room, I could hear the crab break through the front door and start attacking her. I knew she was trying to fight back, but as soon as he got his pincers around her, there was nothing she could do.
I'm so sorry, Mommy!
I barely managed to jump back into the room and lock the door. The crab immediately started breaking through, so I grabbed every piece of furniture I could to barricade it, though I knew it was only slowing him down, with nowhere else to go. I opened the window and tried to squeeze through it, but I was too big. I just got myself stuck, and then all I could do was look back and watch my fate unfolding before my eyes. The crab broke through the door, tossed the barricades aside like they were nothing. Then he looked at me and smiled.
Allow me to introduce myself, Miss Pearl. I'm Eugene Krabs. Together, you and I are gonna make more money than you could possibly imagine. How does that sound?
But what about my mommy?
It's all thanks to her, of course. She would have wanted me to welcome you into your new life.
And that's the story of how I met my new daddy, Mr. Krabs, and how he changed my life from being a sad piece of broke trailer trash to the life of fame and luxury I now know I deserve. He promised to give me whatever I want, so long as Mother's meat keeps us rich. He said he could turn her into something like 10 million Krabby Patties, but one day, it will be up to me to keep the family business going.
Anything for Daddy.
Home sweet home, or so they say. But over here, there's nothing sweet about life inside this anchor. Every single day, I have to act like it's normal. I keep quiet, forced to let all the citizens of Bikini Bottom remain ignorant of the hell I'm living in. Pearl. They all think I'm some kind of rich, spoiled brat sleeping on a bed of roses night after night. But in reality, this place is a dungeon, and the things that happen here would make Davy Jones himself sick to his stomach. My dad, Mr. Krabs, runs every aspect of my life, from the food I eat to the clothes I wear, and much, much more. All the material riches he showers me with come at a cost. For my entire life, I have been the backbone of that greedy invertebrates business, the Krusty Krab. The people of Bikini Bottom seem to always revere Mr. Krabs, under the false impression that he single-handedly runs the restaurant, which feeds the entire city their favorite food in the form of Krabby Patties. Little do they know, I live in constant fear, always in the shadow of that terrible, heartless man. He makes a fortune peddling those patties with the help of that sycophant SpongeBob SquarePants and Squidward Tentacles, the biggest sadists in this side of the continental shelf. The Krabby Patty recipe, this so-called secret formula, is kept under lock and key. Nobody gets to know who Mr. Krabs' supplier is, or where the meat comes from. If they knew, they might not ever want to eat at the Krusty Krab again. Today, I'm finally going to change that. My part in this nightmare must be known. I just hope people will understand that I never wanted any of this. Obviously, the meat must come from somewhere, which is my end of the deal. Whenever the meat supply starts to run low, or more like whenever Mr. Krabs is in the mood, he comes to me in my room. It's always late at night, after everyone else in the city falls asleep, but I can always tell when it's about to happen. These are the darkest nights of my life, but without them, the Krusty Krab business would crumble, so Mr. Krabs never gives me a choice.
It's time.
No, please. You already did it 3 times this week. Can't you just let me rest?
Rest? What is it you think you do all day, sitting in here?
I'm hiding from you.
Hiding? You're far too big for that, Pearl. My plump little meat pumper.
Stop it! I don't want to hear that sick shit, please! You're supposed to be my father, not this!
What? You don't like it when I call you a shell shucker?
Ugh, no!
A claw kisser?
Shut up!
How about crab trap?
Stop! I can't listen to you anymore! I can't go through with
Shut
it!
up! You know the routine.
No, not again! Please! After Mr. Krabs is done with me, he leaves me alone in my room feeling violated, with brand new scars inside and out. I can never sleep when he does this. I'm always left wondering where my real parents are, if they died when I was young, if they willingly put me up to this life, or if this is just what it means to be a whale. Mr. Krabs never sleeps after he's had his way with me either. He doesn't just roll over and give me an opportunity to kill him. No, the attack energizes him. It gets him in the mood for more business. He always locks me inside the house and then calls his employees for a late-night supply run. This is where the reality of the business becomes even more horrifying. As bad as I have it, as much torture as I endure, I am only one person, yet by Mr. Krabs' demented design, there are many others who are subjected to this nightmare. They are like me, but at the same time, they are monsters. I only get to see them once before they are taken away. Then after that, I can only hear them. My one chance to catch a glimpse is to watch through my window on nights like these.
Good evening, boss.
Were you followed?
No.
Good. Now come on. The goods are about to expire.
I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm
Can
ready.
it, boy? It's right here. As you can see, Pearl and I have been busy. Should be enough meat for the month, boys. Now get a move on.
Aye, aye, Mr. Krabs.
Here, this one. You get her by the legs, and I'll get her by the arms.
When I ran away from home, I never thought I'd see another whale again. But by fate, I met Moby, the whale who ran the rock bottom underground. He saw the potential I had, so he took me in and made me the queen of his empire. Moby was the king of rock bottom. His black market fence deals kept the gang warfare profitable. If a fiend wanted to buy some stuff, whether it be sludge from the tar pits or concentrated kelp extract, they had to buy from Moby's men. There was only one part of his operation that was lacking. He needed someone to show his hoes how to shut up, take off their bikinis, and give bottom. Moby's customers were tired of the worn-out octopus rubbing tugs and skimpy little guppies. They wanted more bang for their buck, more pushing for the cushion. And I was as plus size as they came. I kept the small girls in line and raked in customer after satisfied customer. Moby didn't mind that I was selling my clam because he knew I was doing it for him. We ruled rock bottom together with dreams of expanding into the impenetrable city of riches and snitches called Bikini Bottom. Oh, those were the days when Moby and I were still in love. We're gonna be yours forever, right, Moby baby?
Of course, baby. I'll never let you go. Never.
Of course, all that went out the window when he knocked me up. As soon as he found out, he caught the foul scent of another clam and abandoned the entire city. His empire crumbled right after. All his hoes turned on me. None of the warlords would take me in. They were all too focused, grabbing whatever power they could. I couldn't even sell my clam on my own terms, because everybody thought I might have killed Moby. Before long, I became desperate. I couldn't even support myself, let alone a kid. First, I thought about just getting rid of it. Then, I had a better idea. At the very least, the baby could make me some money. But before I could do all that, I had to deliver it all on my own. When it was all finally over, I named her Pearl. Not because she was beautiful or anything, but because I almost died getting her out of me and I wanted to sell her for tons of money. I didn't want to think about those deep ocean dwellers wanting her. I just put her up to the highest bidder. I mean, up for adoption. Eventually, the deal closed on a guy named Mr. Krabs. I'd heard about him. He was a moneymaker who actually ran Bikini Bottom. No easy feat. We agreed on the discount if he could give me a boat to get out of town. I wanted a fresh start just like before. With Pearl in my arms, I made my way out to the undisclosed location for our meeting, and everything was riding on this deal. That's it, Pearl. Stay nice and calm. We'll show the nice man what a good girl you are. Huh? Hello? Mr. Krabs!
Have ye got what I want?
She's right here. Now, what about your end of the deal?
Yar, of course. $10,000 and a key to a clean boat parked behind the Rock Bottom bus station, contained in this bag. But first, give me the child.
Goodbye, Pearl.
That's it. Come to Daddy. Yes, she's perfect. Oh, yes. Here.
Hey!
If I ever found out ye spoke of this to anyone, it won't matter where ye run. I'll find ye, and I'll grind ye. Understand?
Yes, now just give me my money, asshole. Once I got the bag from that freak, I was home free. All I had to do was trek back to the bus station, then get the hell out of town. As I drove away from that nightmare, I started to imagine how I would build my new life without crime, or pimps, or any of that bullshit. But then I crossed the border into Bikini Bottom. That's when I noticed cops hiding behind the welcome sign. They lit me up as soon as I passed. I thought the vehicle was clean, so I pulled over and smiled at them, just to hear that I was driving a stolen boat. It was over. They searched the boat and found everything else they needed. A trunk full of illegal goods, and worst of all, thousands of counterfeit money. I tried to explain what happened to the cops, but they wouldn't listen. Wait, no. I didn't know it was counterfeit. Mr. Krabs set me up. He gave that to me.
Yeah, right. Like the richest man in town pays for rotten clam like you in fake money. You're going down for a long time, ma'am.
No, wait. You have to listen to me. He has my child. He has my baby. It's been 16 years since that night, and I haven't seen a day out of prison. Mr. Krabs is out there living a normal life, a rich life, with my daughter Pearl, who will never even know about me while I'll be in here until the day I die.